Hello again, thanks for joining me for today's yin/restorative yoga class. Today you're going to need 2 blocks, one on the lower side, one on the mid side, and a couple of pillows, a strap and a bolster if you have one to hand. Bring one block, lowest side, just below your shoulder blades, and the other block on the mid height underneath your neck. You can fidget around until you get this position right, until it feels good for you. You should feel fully supported and a nice opening through your chest straight away. Let your arms rest to either side of you, palms facing up, feet mat width and the knees knocking in together. Begin your practice with some deep breaths, breathing in through the nose and blowing out through the mouth. Letting your stomach and chest expand with every inhale, stretching the chest further, and deflate with every exhale. If this feels very comfortable for you, you can start to explore taking your neck block to the lower level, opening your chest further, letting your shoulders relax down towards the floor. Stay where you are, or if you'd like a little bit more opening, remove the block from behind your neck and head. Bring your arms back down beside you, or clasp opposite elbows and bring the arms over the head, creating a strong stretch all along the torso, continuing to breathe deeply into any areas of discomfort. Use your forearms and your hands to start to pull yourself back up to a seated position and just move your blocks off to one side or the other. Grab your strap and we're going to come back down to a lying position. Bringing your knees in towards your chest, rock from side to side. Keep your right knee in and stretch your left leg out along the floor. On an inhale, pull the knee tight towards your chest, and on an exhale, let the knee drop across your body in a supine stretch, creating an opening through the chest, letting the right shoulder fall towards the floor. It doesn't have to touch the floor. However, if this does feel uncomfortable, you can always put a prop, a pillow or a block underneath your right shoulder. Try to gently push the right hip away from your body, so you're creating length through the right side of the waist. Then come back up to center, hug the knee in again, before resting on the floor and switching sides. Left knee into the body before you let the knee fall across in a supine twist on the opposite side. Look over the left shoulder, let your head gently fall to the side and very gently start to push your left hip away from your body. Come back to center and bring both feet hip width on the floor. Grab hold of your strap or whatever you're using as a strap today and create a lasso to go over the ball of the foot. We're going to go right foot first, so hook the ball of the right foot and flex the foot strongly, pushing up through the ball of the foot and pulling down with the hands. Keep your left leg bent at this point. Transfer the strap into the right hand and start to let the leg fall open to the right hand side. You want your toes slightly turning out and your heel turning in. Use your left hand to try and keep your left hip planted onto the floor. If it feels uncomfortable to let your right leg hang in the air, again you can use any props to prop yourself up here. Slowly bring your right leg back up to center and switch hands, clasping the strap with your left hand. Straighten your left leg down towards the floor and we're going to start to bring the leg across the body. So this time you can let your right hip lift up. You can use your right thumb to push your hip away from your torso. Let your right arm fall out to the right side and let your gaze fall over your right hand. And slowly start to bring your leg back to center and release the strap. Now we're going to switch to the other side. Hook your left foot with the lasso, flexing strongly through the foot and bringing the strap to the left hand. Keeping the right knee bent and the foot on the floor, start to open the left leg out towards the side of the room, keeping the right hip planted onto the floor. The moment the right hip starts to hike up is the moment that you lose the connection with the torso. So stop wherever you need to, remembering that you can use props to prop the left leg up, and you can also put a cushion underneath your head or your right shoulder. Hold and breathe deeply. Bring the left leg up to center. Switch the hold with the strap, bringing it into the right hand. Stretch the right leg long and start to bring the left leg across the body, this time allowing the left hip to pick up off of the floor. Opening your left arm out to the left hand side and letting your gaze fall over the left shoulder. Bring the left foot back up towards the sky and release, placing the strap to one side. Start to come up to seated before spinning around and coming down onto your stomach. Bring your arms out to your side, shoulder height like a big T shape. And then using your right hand, start to roll yourself into a shoulder stretch, keeping your left arm straight behind you if possible. You can keep your legs straight or you can bend them like I'm doing here, gently placing one foot flat and then the other to really open up through the hips and shoulders. Float your right arm into the air and reach back, trying to clasp fingers with your left arm that's underneath you. If you're finding that your head isn't touching the floor, or if it's uncomfortable in this position, please place a pillow underneath your head and neck for some extra support. This is a very strenuous pose, so please back off or come to an earlier version if that feels better for you. Start to unclasp the hands and bring the right arm to the floor, letting yourself rock back over onto your side before slowly rolling back over onto your stomach. Arms shoulder height back at that T shape. Start to prop yourself up to give yourself a little bit of space and cross your left arm across your body, your right arm underneath it in front of you. So now it's like your arms are in a knot underneath your chin. Let your head hang heavy, your chin resting on your upper arms. Start to unwind, bringing your arms back to that T shape. This time using your left arm, start to push yourself back, rolling over the right shoulder. This should be a little bit easier to see at this angle, so you can keep your legs straight, or like I'm doing here, you can place the foot flat on the floor on both feet one at a time. Stretching the left arm up into the air, and gently reaching back with an aim to clasping the hands together. Utilise props here, do whatever you need to do, making sure that you're not causing any unnecessary strain or any pain in your body. Very gently start to roll back onto your stomach. We're going to repeat the shoulder cross on the opposite side. So this time bring your right arm across your body and your left arm underneath it, causing that knot underneath your neck. Let your head rest down. Feel the broadening through the scapula, through the back of the neck, through the shoulder blades. Start to unwind, push yourself out of this position, through hands and knees, and then into a seating position, however you're most comfortable. We're going to come into a variation of saddle pose or hero's pose. I don't have a bolster at the moment, but that would be best. Otherwise, you can use pillows like I'm doing here and added blocks for extra height. Come to sit yourself between your 2 feet in a kneeling position, and then bring your support, so your pillows and your blocks, behind you to give yourself some extra height. Once you're happy with your positioning, bring the blocks and the pillows close to your lower back and start to lay your torso over the little pile that you've created, letting your arms relax down to either side of you, letting your neck open, your chin falling back, feeling that strong stretch through the quads, through the hip flexors and through the torso. As you breathe deeply here, try to really expand the skin on your stomach. You'll feel tight and taut because of the way that you're laying, which means you may have to work harder to push it out with your inhale and let it deplete with your exhale. Using your forearms, start to push yourself back into a seated position, very slowly bringing the legs out in front of you. You're going to come into double pigeon. So pick up the right foot, place it gently on top of the left knee. Your knees and your feet should be stacked. Grab your pillows, your blocks, whatever you need for your added support, and keeping your feet flexed. Exhale and let yourself drape over the pillows, bolster, block, whatever you have. So this is a yin variation of double pigeon or sleeping swan. So we're letting our backs round slightly. We're gently relaxing forward, letting gravity do the work. We're not efforting into any of these positions. Using your deep inhale and exhale with the props on your lap pushing into your abdomen. This is creating a bit of a massage there. So that encourages new, fresh blood to your organs in your lower body. Very gently and slowly start to walk your hands back in and come back up to a seated position, moving your pillows to one side and come into a twist. So if you can, bring your right elbow into the belly of the right foot, bring your hands into prayer and push your chest open, spiraling towards the sky. You can look down towards the floor if this is more comfortable in your head and neck. Keep your feet nice and flexed and breathe deeply. Start to unwind, come back to seated position. Switching the leg cross now. So bring the left foot to the right knee, just above the knee, and the right foot underneath the left knee. Grab your props and relax forward as far as you can in this yin variation, palms facing upwards, letting your head and neck relax, letting gravity pull you down. Bring yourself back up to seated. I'm going to repeat that twist on the opposite side. Bring your left elbow into the belly of the left foot. You'll be able to see it a little bit better this way. Bring your hands to prayer and pushing through your arms, spiral your chest up towards the ceiling, looking up or down, whichever feels best for you. Well done. Start to unravel. Bring your legs out in front of you. You can shake out through the knees just to get rid of any of that work that's still lingering. Grabbing your props again, place them on your lap. We're just going to go into a nice relaxing restorative forward fold. So legs out in front of you, they can be straight or slightly bent, and just let yourself drape forward. Next inhale, start to bring yourself back up to seated. Move your props off to one side. I'm going to finish in a butterfly pose variation. So bring your props behind you again like we did in saddle pose, building a bit of height. Bring your feet together, your knees open to the sides, creating a diamond shape. And let yourself drape backwards over your props. Chest, shoulders open. Neck and throat open, hips open. So we're going to take a final relaxation here instead of in Shavasana. If you want to stay and do a Shavasana after this class, I would highly recommend it. Otherwise, stay here for a good 2-3 minutes at the least, breathing deeply and just doing a little body scan. See where you can feel the work you've just done. So if you've got the time, please stay here a little bit longer. Otherwise, if you only have your 20 minutes, start to deepen your breaths. Bring your knees together and roll off to one side or the other, slowly coming up to a seated position. Make little fists with your hands, bring them to your lower abdomen, sealing your practice, and bow forwards. Thanks again so much for joining me. Like and subscribe for more.